Happy Hanukkah. It's the third night of Hanukkah. We're going to light those candles behind me in just a minute. But I want to first point out that the story of Hanukkah is in many ways a miracle. We had an inferior army. We had inferior weapons, smaller number of people, not as well trained. There's no way we should have won that battle, but we did. We succeeded in defending our homeland, defending our way of life, defending our faith and our traditions, defending God's temple. Of course, we cleaned the temple up and returned it to the worship of the one God. And that is miraculous in that sense. It's an amazing thing that we won that battle, that war. On the other hand, it's also true that we participated in the miracle. We were God's agents in making that miracle happen. It was because we took up arms against the enemy that we were able to be successful. Now, in normal situations, we don't have to take up arms to be God's agents to do things in the world. Hopefully, God willing, we won't have to ever do that. Instead, we can do other things to be God's agents to improve the world. Many people today are struggling. They don't have heat for their homes. They don't have a roof over their heads. Some people don't have a roof over their heads. They don't have clothes to wear. Some people don't have food to eat. They're not sure where their next meal is coming from. We can be God's agents in providing food for the hungry, shelter for those who are homeless, clothing for those who need clothes. We can provide love and support and kindness. And these are great ways that we can be God's agents in making miracles, real miracles happen for people in the world, in our community, and around the world. And so as we light the candles of Hanukkah these 8 days, and then they increase in light, we want to not just bring light into our homes, not just warmth into our homes, but we want to add the light of joy and happiness and love, companionship, friendship, and the light of good well-being for all people in our community and around the world, because we are God's agents in making miracles happen. And so when we say the prayers for Hanukkah and we talk about the miracles of Hanukkah, let's remember that we're God's agents in making miracles happen today in our lives, in our world, in our country. And so we're now going to light these candles over here and say the blessings over them. You'll notice that the candles are in from right to left because Hebrew goes from right to left. And we're going to light them from left to right, except for the shamash, which is the one that's all the way here, all the way on the right. That's the shamash, so that gets lit first. The other ones we light from left to right so that the candle for tonight, the third candle, is the one that gets lit first. But first, the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavotenu Bayamim hahem b'zman hazeh. Now we light them. And now there's a special statement we make that says that these lights are not to be used for any other purpose, but just to enjoy their light and to remind us of the miracles. Hanero talalu anu madlikin al hanisim vi'al haniflaot vi'al hatishuot vi'al hamilchamot sha'asita lavotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh al yedei kohanecha hakadoshim v'chol shmonat yemei Chanukah hanero talalu kodeshem ve'en lanu reshut lehishtamesh behem Ela lirotam bilvad, kedei lehodot halel l'shimcha hagadol, al nesecha v'al neflotecha v'al yeshuatecha. These lights which we kindle, we recall the wondrous triumphs and the miraculous victories wrought through your holy priests. The Maccabees were a priestly family, for our ancestors from ancient days until our time. These lights are sacred through all the 8 days of Hanukkah. We may not use any of their light, but only look at them and thus be reminded to thank and praise you for the wondrous miracles of our deliverance. And I would add, to remind us to be God's agents to make wonderful deliverance to other people in our community, in our country, and around the world. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.